Yes, it's working finally. Hello, A3 during the outbreak. I hope you're all right. I hope you're still alive. I know yesterday, I promised you that we were working on this pin today, but circumstances have changed. I am not where I usually record the videos, and today we're just gonna take it outside. I got myself a big ass yoga mat, but this is just a proof that this can work in a very confined space. It work. Today's gonna be a bit more intense in terms of effort than the previous 2 days. So if you are looking for a nice warm-up that again involves some patterns from Floorwork, you are in the right channel. We're gonna be working as well in the squat position. So if you feel a bit tight around your hips, this is gonna be as well, I hope, very valuable for you. And finally, I hope I will have time to finish this live before the rain arrives, which is always a chance in this beautiful country of ours. No such thing as summer, or seasons for that matter. Okay, remember that position here? We were calling this the shin box, or 90-90. We're gonna go back to that, and we're gonna bring our hands behind us, and keeping the pelvis on the floor, the bum on the floor, we're just gonna be moving our knees from one side to the other. Now, instead of just yanking your legs from one side to the other, I want you to keep, let's say my knees are facing the right, I want to keep my right leg down. I think it's inverted from the front camera, so it should be the left leg down, I suppose. And I'm gonna bring the up as much as I can, trying to increase the distance between both knees until I can't take it anymore, and then, and only then, allow myself to lift that leg off the floor. And every time I do that, I should feel something very nice happening around my hips. This is not just the right way to do it. So I take my time, work around the crunchy bits. And when I've done a couple of them each side, I'm gonna push on my hands to lift my pelvis off the floor and keep the same, waking up the upper part of my body. You can stop at any moment if you feel some area of your hip that deserves some love, and work on it until you feel ready to come back to the pattern. Now I'm gonna keep my bum off the floor. I'm gonna be rocking back and forth like this. So sitting on the heels, shooting the knees forward, and then rocking back on the heels, lifting the toes off the floor. And I'm gonna keep the same pattern and try to go for circles with my knees outwards, like this, or inwards. Cool. We're gonna stay up there, sorry, and we're just gonna go and change the angle of the wrist. Finish this short introduction into our warm-up. I want to be soft in the way my fingers go on the floor, so no such thing as being an elephant on the floor. And I want to keep some form of bending in the elbow, just to absorb a bit better the impact. And that's something that's going to be important in floor work. Not to say that locked elbows are not right, but for that context, we're going to keep them slightly bent. Right. I'm gonna drop my bum on the floor, bring my knees to the side, and from that position here, I'm gonna bring my knees up and push on my hand to lift my pelvis off the floor. Right? So I just bring the knees towards the ceiling, and then I push on both feet and the hands to lift my pelvis up. That should be all right. I can do it on the other side. Up, up, and from here, I'm gonna push one more time on my hands to bring my torso towards my knees and end up in a squat. So, knees here, I push once and twice, and I should end up here. Even if you have tight ankles or tight hips, that should be doable. Feel free to raise the heels off the floor if it's not possible. So I'm here, I push once and twice. If you're more flexible, one single push should be enough for you to get there. And from here, we're gonna change arms, bring our pelvis close, on the floor but softly, and swing from one side to the other. Your mission being not to drop like that, but to anticipate that moment, to keep your hand, the support hand heavy, and really make sure that you bring your bum as softly as possible on the floor. I'm gonna stop on this side here, extend my arms overhead, and bring my sternum close to my knee, close to the floor. Inhale and exhale here. Push on my fingers, push on my fingertips, and try to generate some tension around the shoulders until they start gently shaking. I can stay there for a few seconds, relax again, and push. And again, I want to wake up the scapula. And relax. Come back up, go all the way around, and do the same thing here. We go chest to the knee, create some tension, hold it. I like to hold it for around 6 seconds. Come back down. Again. And we are ready. Now, I want you to remember the pattern that we've seen during the first 2 sessions. We were using a lot this position here, the 1990, and one of the movements we've seen was the fetus roll. So we were going on the side like this, and we were rolling around and coming back up. Well, as you come back up, I just want you to keep one hand down and to use it as a way to push yourself up, to combine this squat motion with the fetus roll that we've seen before. And swap. And here. So already that's a new pattern that you can start adding to your terminology, and you can see that this is an easy way to transition up whenever, because Floorwork is about you being able to transition from a lying down position, let's say, to something higher, and transitioning from your 1990 to the squat in the way we just saw is a nice way to do that. Now, last thing for today, from your squats, we're gonna see a little pattern inspired from Capoeira. We're here, and I'm gonna shoot my knees to one side and bring the opposite hand down. So if the knees are going to the left, my right hand goes down. If the knees are going to the right, my left hand goes down. From this position here, I'm gonna extend the opposite leg, and see, I'm sitting on that heel here. So knees go to this side, I bring this hand down, and I sit on this heel. From here, it goes 1, 2. From here, it goes 1, 2. From that position, I'm gonna bring my hands in front of me and go for a push-up. And come back and swap. And push up. And there's a few variations here. My left side is a bit injured, so I'm gonna show you the easy variation here and the harder variation on the right side. So, if I go on my left heel, and if pushing up is too hard, I can bring my left knee down and use that knee to help me on the way up. On the other hand, if that's too easy, I can try to not use both hands, but only use one hand and come back up. And now our mission is to try to combine the whole thing. So we're gonna start in 1990, go around, come back up, and here, sit, and here, down. Come back to a squat, and swap. Around, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Around 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is not as easy as it looks, even more so if you try to not lose the momentum. I'm eager to see you guys try, and if you have any questions, let me know. We will keep building up on this. I hope you are surviving. I hope the cabin fever is not too harsh. See you tomorrow, most likely.